All right. Welcome everyone. This is week 2 of Heatly Week because we're gonna have to change the name of Weekly Heat just because we're kind of plagiarizing off of VBL, but it's Weekly Heat, and we are joined today by none other than Feathers, our season 3 champion. Go and say hi.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah. So Feathers is gonna be joining us this week for our second rendition of our Weekly Heat series, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we've been discussing a lot of different sets and Pokemon move sets this week that we thought were really, really cool. And the first one that we kind of agreed on that was just like we had to feature was Lux's Life Orb Quillfish H. This thing was nuts. Like I
Oh,
did not
oh
expect something like this thing to pop off.
no, I mean that thing was definitely strong style in
Yeah,
the set we watched.
absolutely. Yeah, like Terra Grass, Adamant Swift Swim, with the Life Orb just to take out the Kyogre. I think it was like a 98% chance to knock out. Looking at the
Yeah, no,
comps. Like really, really interesting tech and really, really well prepped by Lux. Let's go and look at the highlight of the game that it really got featured in. This thing was nuts. So we obviously have Steel's really, really strong rain team with the Kyogre. So you can see that Lux is definitely looking at a lot of grass weakness that you can see with
yeah,
like the Quagsire, the Basket Legion, and the Kyogre.
yeah.
And just looking at the first 6, you don't see any grass types. So yeah, I mean, just completely caught me off guard. And I'm sure Steel was just like in shock too when it happened.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's especially good here as well because grass resists Raichu and Serena as well, so that just like gives Quillfish extra longevity to stay on the field after it's done its job
Yeah,
and do a little bit
exactly.
more.
Yeah, so let's go and review this replay. We see the Coolfish hit the field, and it's not Intimidate, so Steel's probably in his head thinking he's trying to abuse my Swift Swim, which honestly is great prep, like using your opponent's like weather against them, like really, really
Exactly, yeah.
good.
And Kyogre has to come like every week. It's you're
Yeah,
restricted,
yeah.
so
Like it's
um
coming, you can play with it. And boom, oh my
yeah,
gosh, 100% gone, just like that.
it's the one shot. Yep,
Like that's pretty much the best first turn you can ask for. Um, wow, that did a
exactly.
lot too. Oh, hold up. Resisted
You
did
know,
84.
it does, but that is like a Terra Electric Thunderous, and
Yeah.
the paralysis does kind of suck here because it turns off the Swift Swim essentially. But the Terra Grass was great. It would have allowed it to live that, and if it didn't get paralyzed, it'd still be able to get off like a powerful another powerful speedy hit next turn.
Yeah, and I'm
But
pretty sure it
let's
still
see what
gets another hit
happens.
off if I remember. But yeah, really, really, really strong hit coming into that Kyogre.
Oh,
You
great
see
wide
wide
guard
guard,
here.
really, really well prepped right there, just to prevent that one wild board storm. And boom, there goes the
Boom.
Quagsire,
Yeah.
and it's like a one and done deal. It dies to the Life Orb, and it's a 2-for-1 deal. I think that's a pretty
I
good
mean,
trade-off.
it did its job, and it got Kyogre with one of them, which is obviously the important one. So
Exactly. See JQ Airlines hitting the
mm,
field. Love to see it. See that Nuzzle. Man,
he
he's just
doesn't click Wild Bolt here, which is great for him.
Yep. Oh, he does.
Oh, he
Oh,
does. Oh,
it must be
I guess the
Specs.
yeah, maybe it's Specs. Yeah.
Yeah, I never asked Steel about that. I wonder if it's a Specs set.
I guess that would make sense with how much damage it did to the resisted Quillfish.
Yeah, that did a lot. Even for a spread move. Like, that's a lot. Yeah, but at this point, Lux is firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
Over at Cloak,
without
preventing the Nuzzle.
like
Can't really do
Raichu being the
much. Yeah.
only damage source there, with Thunderous kind of being locked out with Wide Guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nuzzle's not
that
going to
kind
do
of was a tough
anything.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we do see a paralyzation, so we're gonna have to wait another turn for the game to
Mhm.
end. But yeah, really, really well played by Lux. Really strong start to the season for him.
Yeah, yeah, awesome prep. And he's executing his game plan. So he's really developed as a player. I do remember when Lux kind of just first came in, and he wasn't winning a ton of matches, but now he's I believe he's top of the division in
Yeah, I think so.
his division.
Yeah, definitely a formidable opponent. Great team. This is second feature in Weekly Heat with the Specs Comfy from last week. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
he's really making a case for an every week feature. We'll have to see if it happens.
Yeah.
All right, really, really good stuff. All right, that was our tech of the week with the lore Quillfish. Moving on to Jerry's Feraligatr. Oh, looks like our text got cut off a little bit. That's all right. This thing was
Mhm.
awesome. I love this
Mhm.
Pokemon so much. I used it in VBO last season to minimal success, unfortunately, but this
Mhm.
thing really went off. I'm gonna feature both games, just because it really was kind of like a conjoined effort with the Hariyama's Wide Guard.
Mhm.
But like it was a really well prepped strategy to deal with Psy spam. Um,
Ye- Yeah, no, I think for alligators again, awesome Pokemon. It's a great mid tier to pick up. I mean, just hitting with like Liquidation Sheer Force, is really great. Especially if you have like Life Orb there as well. It gets pretty decent move coverage. Like it gives you Water move, it gives you Crunch as well. I believe you get Earthquake. Um, so just the coverage overall is pretty great. So and then he was able to use it great this
yeah,
week for sure.
yeah, most definitely. So yeah, let's go look at the highlights. I think the one thing I really loved about the strategy with Feraligatr this week was the fact that they went with a setup set. Like they weren't afraid to just
Ye-
like run lore +4 attacks or maybe protect. Like he
Exactly,
sword stance on
yeah.
that thing. That's crazy. So let's go and look at this first game. We see the double up into the Hariyama. Doesn't quite kill it. But look at that, just off the bat, liquidation just
Off
immediately
rip,
taking
yeah.
out that Mian Chao. That's just pure damage just from sheer force life orb. Like that's so much damage into the Mian Chao.
Yep, yeah.
All right, so we do see the flinch onto your mama. Unfortunate for
Very
Jerry,
unfortunate.
but we see the side spam immediately come in and boom, like we don't see wide guard come out, which
Nope.
I'm kind of surprised about. Maybe he was just trying to hold that as a surprise for like an end game in like another set. But we do,
I think he might have been playing like the mind games there, thinking that Orange wouldn't click the expanding force because
yeah,
Hariyama was starting. But yeah, Orange just like let it rip
yeah,
and worked out for him there.
yeah. Now another thing that we didn't really mention, look at this Lunala set with Meteor Beam.
Yeah,
This thing is putting some work. Plus the Pollen Puff from the Terra Dark, which is really good prep into
yeah.
a side spam
Keeps
team.
Shadow Shield healthy, which is great.
Yeah. And we see, wow. Yeah, Jerry really just had the perfect counter for this entire
Mm.
side spam team.
I I believe this Mewtwo is specs, and I think that kind of really really narrowed down Orange's options this week, especially playing against the Amogus
Yeah,
with the
definitely.
redirection. So
I definitely think that you really kind of want Life Orb or something on Mewtwo. Like being locked in when you have such a deep move pool is just not really what you want when you have
exactly.
that kind of damage output. And yeah, you Lunala, that 3 kills for Lunala this game.
Yeah, and
Wow.
also great that he was clicking meter beam for just his attacking move for this set, which enables him
Yeah.
to hide some information as to what other attacking moves he's carrying, just because
Yeah.
Lunala has like a deep move pool itself.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's go and look at game two where we really get to see the Feraligatr shine a little bit more. But yeah, Jerry's really coming on as a really strong player in the league. This is what his third season, and he's like already making such massive progress,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. So
And I
really
think the
good
quality of
stuff.
the players in the league has been improving a
Oh
lot
yeah,
over the last few
absolutely.
seasons for sure.
So we see the wide guard immediately, and yeah, look at that, just
Mhm.
perfectly planned out. He knows that the Mewtwo wants to click the expanding force, and he's kind of
Yeah,
probably read the fact that it's like choice locked.
exactly. And now Mewtwo's forced out, which gives for Alligator great
Yeah,
hit.
and boom, indeed he gone. I don't even know if that Swords Dance even mattered. Like that thing was gonna do. And look at that read into the high jump kick. I don't know if that was a
Yeah,
read, but like just kind of really
I
neuters
guess
that
a
man
double
shout
up.
down. And boom,
Yeah,
now we got that close combat just taking out the Basculin.
yeah,
Really good like place to be at this
yeah. I mean,
point.
in that spot, I thought like Orange felt pretty pressured to take the for Alligator off the field because it was +2. So the protect from Jerry's part was definitely smart.
Yeah, definitely. So we see wide guard. Yeah, Mewtwo can't do anything.
Yeah,
Knockoff does kill right there though. That's a really strong hit.
yeah. I mean, that is a 4x super effective move into the Lunala.
Yeah. So we see protect. Terrain's gone, and another read with that high jump
Ooh,
kick. And 31 into the
yeah.
Mewtwo just from a close combat. And at this point, like, for Alligator, he's going to eat a hit, terrain's over, gets another kill off. Like, really
Yep.
fun set, honestly, and really well prepped by Jerry. Like, he had Orange in the palm of his hand the whole set.
Yeah. No, he I think his prep was especially good against the choice lock Mewtwo there as well. Just being able to shut off the side spam option with wide guard, and then being able to take the shadow balls with his Terra
Yeah,
Dark Amoonguss from the
yeah,
previous
absolutely.
game.
Yeah, also we should have featured the Hariyama next to this for Alligator. That was really really fun to watch.
Yeah, that combo together was just surprisingly really good against the side terrain team.
Yeah,
You wouldn't expect because Hariyama's a fighting type, but did its job there.
exactly. Yeah, really really fun set. And well played by Jerry. Congrats on the win. We have an honorable mention this week. Just for a Pokemon highlight, we got Arcanine Hisui from J-Star, who played against Wotan this week, I believe. This thing was just clicking Rockhead, like Flare Blitz, and
It's,
it was just really fun to watch.
yeah. Did it
When,
click head smash as well this week?
I don't remember. Let's find out real quick. Unless
I
we
do
just got,
remember it was just coming in there nuking some things.
yeah. So we see, yeah, Flare Blitz doesn't go into anything right there, and a lot of damage from the Scorching Sands, but can't get burned, fortunately, because it's a fire type. Yeah,
Right.
Flare Blitz
And he's
brings that
able
down
to
to the
survive
Smash.
that with the light screen,
Exactly.
which is really nice for him.
Yeah, that's huge. Does not die to the Icy Wind, and he chooses to not take out the Arcanine. I think at this point, like you really want to take out the Arcanine if you know you're faster. Like you have the Scorching Sands to like try knocking it out. I feel like this thing is a threat that you really
I
just want
think,
to get rid of.
yeah, I mean, I can't speak for Wotan for sure, but I do think that maybe he was a little worried about um if he took the KO on Arcanine here, then he'd allow J-Star to get a free switch in to probably Flutter Mane in the back.
That is
And
true,
then
yeah.
he's playing against like full health Flutter Mane and full health Solgaleo, and Solgaleo wouldn't be burned. So it's a tough call either way.
Yeah, definitely a tough call. But yeah, I'm sure JSR is happy to see it go out.
Yeah. We see the Venonat
And
here.
eats another hit. And we see Psychic Fangs to take care of the Veil. Another really, really good call out by J-Star.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I thought Solgaleo is a lot better in this format than it has been in previous formats because
Hmm.
I believe when it first came out, it didn't have access to Psychic Fangs, which is obviously like a great stab option for it. I can't remember what it used to click.
Yeah, I think it was Zen Headbutt, which is just not
Mm,
reliable.
gotcha. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Psychic Fangs obviously a great option to Ninetales Alola team.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we just see this Arcanine putting in so much work. We see a fake out into the Ninetales. Really good call out with the flinch. Oh, and we
And
see a
that's just so much damage. Yeah.
yeah. Even just a neutral hit, that's doing so much.
Yeah. He still does get the one hit KO in the Impidimp, which I assume was EP Light. So
Yeah,
and the burn didn't matter too much there in the
yeah,
end.
yeah.
But
It is a stab hit. It's gonna take care of it pretty easily, but yeah, pretty
yeah.
just really strong hit. Power Gem from Flame Rain is pretty fun. And another kill for
Mhm.
Arcanine. I think it's up to like 3 this set already.
Yeah, and I think it's actually just been clicking Flare Blitz all set.
Yeah, don't need any Rocket or anything.
Love to see it. Close your eyes, click Flare Blitz,
Yeah,
and make your opponent deal with it.
this is the Pokemon equivalent of Spray and Pray, basically.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's another kill for it. Wow. And that's 28 to Eternatus through the Veil. That's like still
Exactly.
significant
That's a
damage.
resisted hit too, so
Yeah.
you know.
Boom. Wow, Arcanine really just went off the
And
set.
I'm assuming this is a bulkier alternative set because only doing 38 to with a
Hmm.
super effective move into the Solgaleo.
Yeah.
Um,
That's just really, really interesting. Just it's just so strong. This
it's
thing's
just raw power, yeah.
raw power from the Arcanine. I'd love to see where it sits in the kill standings after this week. That was really, really fun.
I don't know if he got a ton of kills last week, but I think this week J-Star did a great job finding the spot where Arcanine would just tear his opponent's team up.
Yeah.
Here, I can check the Arcanine leaderboard
Yeah,
here.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, while you look at that, I'm gonna start introducing our game of the week, which is
It
Bio
has it has
versus
7 kills actually, so I believe it got
Kill.
like 5 this week, so it must have got just 2 last week. But yeah, it's up here in the top 10 now.
Wow, that's really, really insane, especially in a restricted format. Really, really good stuff from J-Stars Arcanine.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Okay, so we have our game of the week, which is game 3 of Biohazard vs. Kingslayer, and this was definitely one of the sets that we were considering for set of the week. Like there were so many good sets this week that we had to choose from. So it was just kind of hard to like to nitpick which ones we really wanted. But I think we really just kind of settled on a different set for game or for set of the week. But we couldn't just ignore this one. This one was a crazy back and forth set. Went over to game 3, and if you remember like what happened in game 3, like there's so much just crazy RNG happening that we couldn't really just ignore it.
Exactly, just like a nail biter, keeping everyone in PPA engaged there.
Exactly. So let's go and look at this highlight real quick. This one is a fun one. All right, let me turn this down to slow so we can talk over it. But yeah, we see Macargo this week, Macargo feature, which is awesome. Loving the airlock Rayquaza against like a very weather-based format with like a lot of other setters, but obviously not a big deal in this specific instance. Let's see, protect. A spinner into the Hypno, which eats that pretty well. And Trick Room.
It's a TR setup.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see a dark type move going into the Hypno if he was expecting to hit the Hypno.
Yeah, that wasn't interesting. Maybe he read like a Terra of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so we see a Hypnosis, just accuracy boosted, no gravity, just pure into the Weavile. Get that thing. Yep. And we see a special Rayquaza set, which is really, really fun.
Yeah, I believe this was the Terrafire Fire Blast was something that Kingslayer had showcased earlier in the set, so
yeah,
Bio was prepared for it.
Yeah, so we see it's more of like a mixed set. We see extreme speed as well.
Yeah,
and you can really do that when Rayquaza has 150 in both attack stats. Like that's just really, really fun.
Yeah, Rayquaza is definitely like a nightmare prep sort of Pokemon. Offensively, its move pool is also just so wide.
Yeah, definitely. And we see Macargo kill, which is awesome. Shout out Macargo.
Yeah, shout out Macargo. Get those fantasy points in.
I think we did see that the Primarina was not Liquid Voice. I think that might have just been a prep mistake from Biohaz. Because I think definitely would have come close to killing the Rayquaza.
I think so too.
Right, so we see Brick Break into the Hypno. So yeah, still very close at this point. Low Pokemon, still only 3 to 4. See Brick Break into Zapdos.
Yeah, I think maybe this Weavile might not be carrying a dark type move just because if he wanted to hit the Rayquaza for neutral there, then just a dark type move would have been better.
And boom! Oh, there's our first RNG hit. That pure Thunderbolt into that Primarina, just taking it out with the crit. I'm pretty sure that did matter. Primarina's got solid special defense, and
it does. It does. Sure I believe it has 126. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Biohaz was not super happy about that. If I remember, just in the chat.
Yeah.
This brings it down to a very, like it's 3 to 1 at this point. It's just
shout out Macargo, second kill of the
game. Exactly. And you see JQ down there just going, bro. Oh no. And he's already saying GG. Biohaz thinks this is over, but Zamazenta does get the kill, and 63 done to Zamazenta is a lot, but it's still a lot, still close. We see a 2v1 at this point. Ice Fang into Zapdos, kills Zapdos, and
I don't know if the crit there mattered, but
Fire Blast misses. That's insane. So the RNG comes back full circle, and we have a Zamazenta in a position to take this thing out with a body press. And because of the Terrafire, it's a neutral hit, and boom. Biohaz the miraculous down 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, I wonder if that crit with Ice Fang mattered there. I wouldn't think so, but I guess it would depend on how the mons are trained, because I do know you can. I'm sure you can invest enough bulk in Zapdos to live something like that, especially if Zama was a super attack investor.
I do wonder what the calc is for Zapdos into the Primarina. I might hold up the damage calc real quick just to see if we can like kind of estimate what that would be. So let's just like look up.
And we don't know what item the Primarina was, right?
Exactly. We don't. Let me see. Let's just say, what's this choice? Okay, this is like a max special attack. Let's just say it's max special attack, like timid, special attack boosting, and Primarina. I don't know. We can just say.
Let's say it's like bulky combined or something. Yeah, sure.
Sure. We'll say 180 HP. Thunderbolt's only doing 50 to 60 at this point.
It must have less, right? Because a crit wouldn't kill it from this range.
Yeah, crit's only doing 91,
Maybe
so
it didn't have any bulk L.
yeah, no bulk. It's
Yeah,
still like a
bulk
roll.
to
So
roll.
what's
Yeah,
the
unless he's
modest?
modest here.
Okay, so that's a little closer. So this is definitely a roll, and the crit definitely
Definitely
matters
roll.
at this point.
Unless he's like magnet here or something, but
Yeah,
yeah, not
yeah.
really sure what he was.
So yeah, really
But regardless,
on
crit
set
mattered.
there. Crit definitely mattered there.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun RNG comes around full circle. You love to see it.
Yeah,
Maybe not for Kingslayer, but I'm sure Bot has felt a little bit of redemption there.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
also an interesting choice for Kingslayer here to leave his Dragon Knight on the bench in round 3 in favor of Macargo. But I mean,
yeah,
Macargo did
yeah,
get 2 kills, so
yeah. We can't complain.
yeah,
That thing's putting in the work. 2-1
yeah,
KD. Can't complain.
yeah.
All right, all right. Our set of the week featuring Cacturn and Araquanid in F2 versus Finiro. This thing was one wild set. Weather Wars
Yeah.
galore. Um,
Mhm.
like Rain Dance, Araquanid, plus whatever the Cacturn did. I don't actually quite remember, but I remember it
Yeah.
putting in some work.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's great to see some Pokemon that are in the restricted or the high tiers really shining in the matches
yeah,
and kind of being a
exactly.
dominating force there.
Like Cacturn's like a 4 pointer or something. Like it's
It
not
is, yeah.
doing much. Araquanid is love a little bit better, but
Yeah. And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
even Arachne, it's only like 10 or 11. It's not, one of the
exactly.
top ones.
We got to open up all three of these replays.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so we have game one. We see obviously the sun mode from H2 or F2. We see the Rever Room. We see the Hitmonlee, which is really fun fake out mon with Emburden and stuff. And
Yeah.
once is obviously really good paired next to Groudon and the Wake, which is super strong. And then on the other side, we see more of a Trick Room team with the Screamtail as well. We have
Mhm.
uh, the what is that thing called? Fair Giraffe,
Or
ready with
giraffe, yeah.
blocking a priority. Lando for Intimidate, although in this case it seems to be more of like a special team. Um,
Yeah. I think it's the Lando is in an interesting spot. I something that I didn't see in the set that I would like to see more from just like maybe like a Scarf Landorus next to Telepathy Dialga,
yeah,
especially against teams like this that don't have any ground resist outside of the Whimsicott here. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
yeah, definitely. Let's get right into this thing. So the thing with Groudon is it's so interesting because this thing has Eruption, and Terra Fire
Right.
Eruption is always a good option, even on a mon that's typically physically run, especially in the doubles format.
Right. And we see the clear amulet here from Groudon, so that's good prep against the Landorus.
Definitely. Draco goes into nothing. Heavy Slam. Wow. That's a lot of damage for a
It, it's
non-stat.
on it's honestly surprising that Screamtail lives that. Like I know
Yeah,
Screamtail is decently bulky, but I believe it's more bulky in the special side than it is on the physical side.
yeah,
Encore here also great prep, but um yeah.
yeah. Brown's forced to keep doing that. And we see Rain Dance Araquanid, which is awesome.
Yep.
We even needs Trick Room if you just have Rain.
You see
So we
the
see
double
River
switch
Room come,
here.
which is really fun.
Yep.
I think River Room's an interesting Pokemon just because it has such a weird typing, but not enough bulk to really take advantage of it.
Yeah. Re- I do like Rubber Room in that I feel like defensively its typing is quite good and it does get great moves, as we saw there, like Parting Shot is one of the best moves in the format.
Yeah.
Um
See Lando come back in. Yeah, so Fenrir's really just playing the long game, just making sure that we can, just making sure he can keep control of the weather and prevent the Groudon from doing too much.
right.
But at the same time, the Wave can still do plenty of damage in the rain just because of its like mixed weather capabilities. Like
Yeah.
it's broken.
I mean, and it's spots like that where I would have loved to see a Scarf Landorus maybe because if he knows he can outspeed the rest of F2's team in the
Yeah.
rain.
We see
But that's
flip turn
hindsight,
Wake.
so
I really like that actually from F2. Flip turn Wake just to help control your weather set is like actually such a really good idea.
yeah, for sure.
You see the blades, wide guard,
White
preventing.
guard.
Look at this Arachnid putting in all the work.
And it's just eating that hit from Rubber Room.
Yeah, that's insane. See Protect from the Groudon, Trick Room's up. Liquidation still doing decent damage in the sun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This Wake is actually eating a lot of hits, just looking at it.
It is. I wonder if Finero here doesn't have anything better to hit the wake with than Dragon Pulse there.
Yeah, like no Earth Power or something.
Or even Terra Blast here. I guess it would be Steel.
Yeah. Wow, Snarl Wake. This is a wild set from F2 on this Wake. Terra Steel looks like it had some bulk investment. Flip turn Snarl Draco. And I'm guessing
Yeah,
last move. Like, what if it's an AV? Like, I almost wonder if it's AV.
it could be actually. It was taking the Dialga hits quite well.
Yeah,
But definitely good prep on F2's part.
most
The
definitely.
Snarl is great against most of Finero's team, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
And you saw it against Dialga there. It's really problematic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we see F2 take the first game and really just well
Right.
played. Let's get right into game two. Let's see what Finero adjusts with. It's really fun just watching these sets back and seeing what happens.
So he brings Farigiraf this time, which didn't come
Yeah,
last
and
time.
honestly, the perfect set against Hitmonlee, who probably wants to click Fake Out, but he really just reads into that and just clicks Knockoff into that Farigiraf and takes it out immediately.
Yeah.
So Finero already off the back foot to start game two. We see
All
Terra
right.
Fairy.
Okay.
And does Air Balloon prevent the damage boost from knockoff? I believe it does, right? It just pops the balloon. You can't knock off the item if it just pops.
Um. Yeah. Uh. I would. I'm not sure actually because I do know for Colberberry, I believe that when you click knockoff on it, it still will apply the damage boost on it and then half it afterwards with the Colberberry
Interesting.
effect.
Yeah, I actually don't know whether that works. Wow, that did a lot. Hydro Steam
Yeah.
into that Dialga is doing a lot. Cacturn appearance first of the set,
Yep.
and Hydro Steam to eat up, or the Water Absorb to eat up the Hydro Steam. Look at that.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome switch. And because he had the citrus berry there, his Cacturn is basically coming back into here
Definitely.
with full health.
Yeah, look at that Cacturn. Putting in some work, and now it's back down
Yeah.
low outside Trick Room. We see Spiky Shield. Great prep, really good move that I'm guessing F2 just didn't really think about it having. Gets a little
Yeah.
bit River Room and Rain Dance is back up. Groudon can't do
Mhm.
too much anymore. And
Oh,
we
he
get,
gets a double on the spiky shield here.
wow. Yeah, for Nero, honestly, on the back foot, like he's doing everything he can just to stay in the game. So I respect it. It's a good play. And we see a
Yeah.
pick out that River Room.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that double spiky shield was important there, and he's playing his
yeah,
win
and
con.
he Sucker Punch into the Cacturn from the Cacturn, gets that kill. And oh my gosh,
Put in the
see
work.
Undying.
That is
Oh,
yeah, that is crazy. Like I know it is like stab and super effective and in the rain, but that is still Groudon.
yeah, you gotta remember this is water bubble though.
Oh, that's true.
This thing
Yeah.
is going to continue to eat, and ow, just hit that thing without water bubble.
Exactly.
Double
Yeah.
damage on the water moves. All right, game three.
Yeah. So
For
good adjustment by Finero there, bringing in the Cacturn. I guess as well as the Farigiraf, although that died pretty early on.
Yeah. So we see Cacturn lead with Terra Fairy. Ooh, barely lives that hit. Oh my goodness.
Terra Fairy,
Oh
I
my,
thought was
hold up. We needed that.
oh, that is awesome.
Sorry, continue what you were saying. That
I was gonna say I was a little surprised about the Terra Fairy here, just because I guess maybe he was worried about eruption.
yeah.
But I mean, it worked out for him here. He was able to survive the precipice into the knockoff. But
And activating the citrus to prevent the knockoff doing extra damage, which I think it still
yeah,
would have eaten probably. But oh my gosh, Grass not killing Groudon.
yeah. I mean, Groudon is one of the heaviest
Yeah,
Pokemon in
yeah.
the format, so that's definitely like great prep on him, not
That is
bringing Energy Ball
120
or
base
Giga Drain
power
or
stab
something.
for sure.
Yeah,
That thing just fell. That is insane. Love that from the Cacturn.
yeah.
All right,
And
so
I think
Wake comes
F2
in.
just was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I forgot that even happened. Sash Lando. Okay. And with a special Earth Power in, close combat, it's going to do a little bit of spike damage in. You see the River Room come in, protect from the Lando.
Yep.
Sucker Punch doing a little bit of chip.
Sure.
Flip turn. Like these things are still in the field being a menace with that spiky shield.
Yeah. Get a little
Iron,
bit more chip in the rev room here
yeah.
for him.
And he still can get a sucker punch off. Yeah, what a wild
Yeah.
explosive turn one from
Yeah.
Finero.
F2 with a great switch though there to avoid the
Yeah.
sucker punch.
And we do see Trick Room come up, and now Araquanid is just here to do damage. There's one
Yeah.
kill.
Oof, that's rough. You always hate to see your Montera into getting KO'd right away.
Yeah. Like Araquanid just does not care at this point. Another kill for Araquanid. Nothing's gonna kill
Oh,
Araquanid in one
yeah,
hit.
oh my god,
And
that thing is
Yaga,
so powerful. Yeah.
what a comeback from Finero. Really, really well played. Way to stay in the game and keep your head after
Exactly.
a really,
Yeah.
really tough game one.
Mhm.
Wow, that was super fun to watch. Definitely a contender for set of the week. And there were so many good sets this week. I know that Willie versus who was it?
Willie versus Shoot.
Yeah, that was a really, really good set as well.
Yeah.
Definitely was worth featuring. Shout out to them for a really, really fun set. But yeah, just that was an extremely fun set from F2 and Finero. Love that. And this is exactly what we're looking for from Weekly Heat. So yeah, that's all we have for our main slate. Thanks for watching, and remember to submit your nominations for Weekly Heat next week. But before we go, we still have a few more minutes left available for the stream. We have some bonus Heat.
Yeah.
Feathers actually, when he was doing his prep for his game this week against Furret. We have some really, really fun stuff for you guys to see. So let me just go ahead and open up all these games from our prep. And again, for anyone out there, if you want prep, just hit me up. I'm not playing this season, so I'm available. It's first come, first serve, so I'm obviously not going to help your opponent if they ask me as well. So yeah, just free PSA for everyone. So yeah, I hope Feathers prep this week. Let me put this in the hyperfast because you guys are in for the long run. We played such a stally set. Like it was just like back and forth for game after game after game after game, and it just never seemed to end. And it was like this for 3 games. Like I'm not even kidding. Like there's not much to dissect here. It was just like stalling with the Stantler, imprisoning stuff, switching in and out, watching what they did. It's just like this first game already went 9 turns, and that was probably like the shortest of the 3.
Yeah, that definitely was.
Like it was just actually crazy.
And that's because Rillaboom wasn't there to giving grassy terrain to everything.
Exactly. This is the game.
But here's Rillaboom.
Yeah, we see the Rillaboom. This is the game where Feathers realizes that he needs to respect Umbreon. Like this thing is a threat against his team, especially in the long con.
And RJ here misses the Snarl, which he doesn't realize this actually isn't great for him right away.
Yeah.
But
look what Feathers was cooking before we changed his mind. Terra normal, throat spray, special attacking Rillaboom with Boom Burst next to the Lunala. I love it. We didn't love it enough to keep it, but we had to show the people what was behind the scenes. Because this was insane. Umbreon just eating hits, setting up wishes, keeping the team healthy.
Yeah, I think it was cool in theory, but Umbreon just has so much special defense, and it wasn't hitting Zacian very hard either. It was
Exactly. I need to put
but I'd like to bring it out to a real game one day. So
yeah, definitely, we got to see it. Hopefully, the people don't know about it. They're gonna forget. And struggle.
Well,
we see
the viewers will have a leg up next time they see it.
Exactly. They'll know what's coming. Oh my goodness, this is
just a grind.
And then we played a game with timer, and then he kind of realized just how much he needs to make sure he's clicking his buttons fast. Because if you lose the timer war and you're only up or down a Pokemon, you just lose. So since Feathers was deciding to play with timer this season, he really had to plan ahead for that. So case in point for anyone else playing Feathers this season, if he tries stalling you out, just take a KO early and make sure you click your moves faster than him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is on turn 15.
I know. Incident Rillaboom just out here switching back and forth.
Oh, this is wild. Turn 17.
Look at this Earth Power into the Zacian, which was one of the preps I brought because it was actually going to 2-shot the Zacian after getting the +1 from the Throat Spray, but
Not
A little
anymore
harder
after
to pull
Snarls.
off in game than in theory.
Yeah. And just protect, read, just stalling it out. Incineroar's back in, fake out. Liquidation kills it. Umbreon's probably not going to be able to pull off this 2v1. And what, we're
Yep.
at turn 23, 24. Oh my gosh.
And finally, I think Ozzy clutches this out in like turn
Finally, Ozzy clutches
25.
it out on turn 25, bringing us to our game 3, which is just equally as long and painful. Oh my goodness. Like, there's no way we could say this would take an hour if we went through every single game just at normal speed.
Yeah, this was a crazy prep set for sure.
Yeah. Did really give Feathers the idea to run a defensive Lunala this week, which worked really, really well, especially with
Yeah.
him playing a stallier version of the team.
Yeah, well, the reason um I I did end up bringing it was the grassy seed +1 boost on the Lunala, which isn't shown in these sets, but was in the came to the actual match, was particularly good against Zacian and the Urshifu Rapid.
Yeah, and it ended up working great. So yeah, we see another 10 turn game, which is outrageous for VGC. Yeah, just wild shenanigans.
Yeah, but it wasn't a 25 turn game, so that's okay.
Exactly. Was not 25 turns. Yeah, it was just some wild stuff. Anyways, that's all we have for you this week. Thanks, Feathers, for joining me. It was a
Yep, of
pleasure having you
course.
as my co-host. Would love to have you again at some point, and we'd love to have any of you guys watching join as a co-host for any of these weeks. Just hit me up in DMs, and let me know you're interested, and we'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks
Yep,
again
sounds
for
good.
joining us, Feathers.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, and good luck to everyone for the rest of the season. And keep coming up with these crazy heat sets that RJ here can feature.
Absolutely. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and good luck to everyone going forward for the rest of the season. Bye for now.